Hi everybody, welcome to Afterburner. I'm Bill Whittle. Well, he's a widely despised, loudmouth, narcissistic blowhard that likes nothing better than the sound of his own voice. And despite what he says he believes politically, the truth is he doesn't really believe in anything but himself. He flies around in his big jet with his logo prominently on the side, hobnobbing with his rich, fat cat New York donors. And frankly, look, let's just come out and say it. Despite his obvious gift for self-promotion, he's just not very bright. And the thought of that egomaniac sitting behind the desk of the President of the United States of America just fills people with shame. But enough about Barack Obama. Let's talk about Donald Trump for a moment. You know, a few days after the election of 2012, I gave a speech in which I predicted that the next president would come not from the political class, but rather from the pop culture. And the reason I said that is because in this age of the 3-minute attention span, no one is going to be able to go out and get that easily swayed middle who passionately believes in things they know nothing about, unless they can do two things. One, speak the language of the pop culture, and two, come out with enough media savvy to actually hold people's interests. Now, Barack Obama was a master of that in 2008. It took his election and then his re-election for people to see that skill with a teleprompter does not a leader make. Because look, love him or hate him, Trump can think on his feet. Anyone who's seen Barack Obama speak extemporaneously knows why. The Secret Service always keeps an agent with a small blowgun and tiny dart tipped with a fast-acting knockout drug just off stage, ready for the moment when Barack Obama looks like he might go off-prompter and start to tell us that we've made enough money or that we didn't build our own businesses or whatever else he really believes. Now, Trump puts his foot in his mouth because Trump says what's on his mind, almost as if he doesn't care what people think. Imagine that. Watching Donald Trump shrug off criticisms with a contemptuous wave of the hand, CNN, please. While on the other hand, Hillary Clinton grimaces through email questions as if she's worried that there's a microphone broadcasting not just what she's saying, but what she's actually thinking as well. Well, it's kind of a study in contrast when it comes to confidence and being comfortable in one's own skin. Look, I said it before and I mean it. I don't think Donald Trump is a conservative. I don't know what he is. But there is one thing that he doesn't seem to be, and that is afraid. He doesn't seem to be afraid of anything, especially the one thing that every other Republican is terrified of, namely, Donald Trump doesn't seem to give a damn about what the news media, late-night comedians, or hip-hop artists think about him. That kind of makes him immune, doesn't it, to the paralysis that's enabled the left to destroy this country's very foundations for the past 7 years, because it's the fear of being seen as racist that has prevented any serious checks on Barack Obama's power grabs, or the fear of being part of the so-called war on women that's prevented Hillary Clinton from joining that filmmaker she blamed Benghazi on in the same prison cell that she put him in. If all Donald Trump does, if elected president, is laugh political correctness back to the gulag that it came from, well, then we need to make room on Mount Rushmore. There is, however, one thing that I not only like, but actually love about Donald Trump. I love his hat. I love it. Barack Obama said he wanted to fundamentally change the greatest country in the history of the world. He's largely succeeded. If Trump becomes the Republican nominee, I'll just vote for the hat. And despite his manifest flaws, unlike Barack Obama, Donald Trump knows how to negotiate and he knows how to run a large organization. He knows what money is, where it comes from, and how to make more of it rather than redistributing other people's in exchange for their vote. I give him credit for all these things. Plus, the European elites positively despise him, so that's another big benefit right there. Now, could we do better than Donald Trump? We could do much, much, much better than Donald Trump. However, when the alternative, at this point anyway, appears to be an actual mummified communist, a thin-skinned, mean-spirited felon, and a man who could lock himself into his own car, then the sad fact about modern American politics is that we could do much, much, much worse than Donald Trump. How do we know this? Because we're doing much, much, much worse than Donald Trump right now.